Well, folks, Biden done dropped the other shoe. Directly on his own fucking foot. Hey, as bad as that sounds, I hear the Bidens do far worse things with fucking feet. Look, the federal vaccine mandate that everyone saw coming, excluding, of course, Biden himself. How inevitable was it? Well, look, I predicted it back in, February? January? Why, you ask? Well, with the administration promising profits by the metric motherfuckload to any and all pharmaceutical concerns for the COVID vaccine, and actual vaccination rates nearly low enough to be confused with our president's approval rating, you could see this shit coming from Phobos. And while an awful lot of armchair analysts allege it's a power-mad Rubicon-crossing dictatorial moment, I'd argue that while the tyrannical aspect is utterly inarguable, it's also all effectively unenforceable. You're telling me the motherfucker who couldn't even make half the country wear a fucking mask is gonna successfully mandate an even less popular pinkopox vaccine nationwide? The same dude who just surrendered to a gaggle of goat fuckers in the hills of Afghanistan wielding water pistols and paper footballs? Yeah, press X to goddamn doubt. Combine unpopular policies with unenforceable edicts, all pushed by a shambling shitheel with a sub 40% approval rating, heading an administration with all the allure of a turd in a hot tub? Yeah, cast your vision on the unions already distancing themselves from this act, the corporations quietly waffling when confronted with the prospect of walkouts, and it's clear that what we're really about to witness, folks, is more likely a pristine demonstration of the genuine, unabrogated weakness of Joe Biden himself. It's a bit like an even more cartoonish variant of that time Trump signed the anti-censorship executive order aimed at Twitter and fucking Facebook. Like, neat, T-Rump, but how are you actually planning to enforce that? The answer, of course, is that, like Trump before him, Biden effectively fucking can't. I'm not saying this ain't dangerous. In fact, I'd actually argue the opposite, as the plan is to prevail upon employers using tax incentives and union pressure to force your fucking boss to institute company-wide vaccinations under theoretical threat of termination. Look at all you based authoritarian pseudo-populists who got your assholes all aflutter over my don't trust antitrust rant when I argued that when genuine authoritarianism actually arrives, it will be the inexorable relationship between regulators and big business that performs it. Yeah, this middle finger is for fucking you. Squat on it and spin, stupid. But the purpose of this rant is not to gloat. Although I am, and fucking fuck you. It's actually to hopefully help the Razor Force in the dark hour we rapidly approach. I sympathize with my fellow 9-to-5ers. I've worked retail, I've been a cashier, a manager, a fucking floor supervisor at one point. I once had a shit-faced boomer throw a shoe at me for refusing to let him avail himself of the employee restroom. Believe me, I fucking get it, folks. Feeling like you're in the lint of the proverbial pocket of corporate commerce and feeling you're being funneled down a path you're uncomfortable with. So if you're among the retail monkeys, day laborers, or otherwise currently at risk and opposed to getting vaccinated at present, but concerned speaking out may actually get you shit canned, I'd like to helpfully, sincerely proffer the following advice. Shop around on the quiet, hopefully line up another gig, and then stand up and say, fuck nah, in the immortal words of Joe Rogan, what I inject into my own ass is between me and my HGH dealer. Believe it or not, at the present moment, in the present circumstance, you have all the leverage. You see, Biden chose the very worst hour to drop this deuce. After Afghanistan blew up his approval rating, at the crest of a cratering economy, amidst a record labor shortage, meaning managers need as many of you as they can get their mitts on, and you need nothing they have to offer. Then, and only then, did he decide to put the pinch on corporations to make vaccines mandatory. To say nothing of the mixed messaging here. For one thing, while I don't personally oppose vaccinations, the idea that the jab may be unsafe was generated by Joe Biden.
When we finally do, God willing, get a vaccine, who's going to take the shot? Who's going to take the shot? You can be the first one to say, sign me up.
But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
Same company, same vaccine, same fucking ingredients. So what changed, Joe, apart from your adult undergarments? Look, if Kevin Sorbo had quoted that speech verbatim, then posted it to Twitter as his own opinion right now, he'd be deplatformed before you could say Jack Dorsey's tinfoil tent. True story, by the way. Look it up. Look, for once, the ball is in our fucking court, and I say we should spike that shit. I'm not saying quit. Quite the opposite. Line up another job just in case, because believe me, there's no fucking shortage at present, and then Flip them the fucking bird. If enough of us say enough, the most they can manage is fuck all and like it. And no, this is not incitement. Just thought I'd say that for the benefit of my personal FBI agent. I'm not saying the fucking feds are keeping an eye on me, but my phone has more tracers than Tommy Chong's vision. Point being, if Biden knew what the fuck a petard is, he'd realize he'd been hoisted by it. I, of course, know exactly what a petard is. A shitty show on CBS All Access. But I repeat myself, I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed. I need a shot.
Let's just say there's a vaccine that is approved and even distributed before the election. Would you get it?
Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us.
If the president announced tomorrow we have a vaccine, would you take it?